we have dancers on. We have we'll have a gender fluid dancer that Alan will chat to on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Coogan.
Hey. Yeah.
Morning, Steve.
Morning.
This is going to be. You don't need to worry about this. I'll deal with this. It's going to be a bit tricky because you're at home, or I think you're on a Zoomy thing.
Yeah.
There's no microphone. You've got no headphones, and you're also sat back, so relaxed that you kind of sound like that. But
okay, how's this?
That's beautiful.
There we go. Okay, there you go.
I'm very, very, very respectful of Alan, of the character of Alan. And I will totally buy into Alan Partridge as a real thing, to the point where I know his backstory, but I do take these things way too seriously. You created Alan, so I'd be curious to have this conversation with you, right? Who cares more about these things? Is it me or you? And if it is me, do I need to relax? For example,
Okay.
Alan is now currently, TV-wise anyway, he's successful. He's a big star again.
Mm-hmm.
And this has crept up on me a little bit, right? So is their thought process, because now I'm going, well, what's next? Does Alan, all right, does he have a fall from grace? Does he go back to the Norfolk Digital? Does he exceed? Am I the only one who thinks about this? Bear in mind, you are him.
No. That's what we talk about a lot. In fact, we talked about the problems. When someone's unsuccessful and they're complaining about things, it's easy to be funny. And when someone's successful, it's harder. But we thought, well, if he was successful, he'd be really, really smug about it. So that's my dog barking. He'd be really successful about it, and he'd make people he'd settle old scores. He'd, even at the States, he'd use it as a platform to sort of mouth off about things. But in actual fact, what happens is he does fail again, because failing's funny. And what happens is he becomes spiritually poor. That's what happens. So he realizes that because he has to be on the back foot, he doesn't have internal happiness.
Right.
So that's where it's sort of like so that's when he wants to communicate. He needs a boost because he's terrified of Me Too. He's terrified of BAME. He's terrified of identity politics. He thinks he's going to get cancelled. So he's sort of, as it were, terrified of failing rather than so what he's doing. So the show will encompass all those things. All those things people are scared to talk about, Alan will talk about. Alan will teach people about how to embrace gender identity. Alan will teach people about how to be more interactive with millennials. So he's more the fear of failure. He's terrified of saying the wrong thing. We have dancers on. We have we'll have a gender fluid dancer that Alan will chat to on stage. Basically anything. And the joke will always be on Alan.
Yeah.
Obviously not on any minority, because that's not the way I do things. But basically, anything that the stuff that people are scared to talk about comically is what are we doing with Alan, basically.
The Chris Moyles Show.